All right, well, Ben, off to Korea for the World Championships. It's obviously a good time for three young Bermudian swimmers, only because they get a chance to be with some of the best in the world at this time. What are you hoping they get from these World Championships heading into Peru for the Pan Am Games for them?
Well, so really the first kind of tune-up meet for them for this summer was the CCCAN Championships, and they performed well while still training through the competition. Now, obviously, we go through the whole process of going through a long flight, figuring out how to get through the time zones and then be able to perform as best as they possibly can at World Championships, which is really a good setup because next year, with the Olympics being in Japan, it's going to be a very similar kind of setup. All three of the athletes, this is the first time participating in a World Championship. So I know that there's going to be some nerves, there's going to be some excitement, but hopefully the experience that we get from being at World Championships, when we come back and then head off to Peru, both Maddie and Jesse will be able to build on that experience and get some performances when we're at Pan Am Games.
The fact that especially Maddie and Jesse have performed in Junior Worlds before, does this give them a slight little edge of understanding what that challenge is going to be like?
Yes, I would say so. So obviously they've been coming through the ranks for quite some time. Everyone's heard their names over and over again. But, being able to go to the Youth Worlds and then being able to go to Youth Olympics, both of them have the experience under their belt at that youth level, but this is still a step up, right? When you get to World Championships and you see the people that you've been kind of modeling your swimming after for a long time, and the excitement of seeing, the stars of the sport, sometimes that can have an effect on them. So really it's that experience, and obviously for young Elin Daly, this will be the first opportunity to be anywhere near any of this kind of competition. So for us, just building that experience and hoping that the excitement from this is just going to continue for them.
We often talk about the swimmers, but as a coach, you go through a lot of emotion as well. So how do you manage yourself to make sure that you get the best out of the athletes when talking to them prior to their events?
You know what, I will say that the experience of being through this process several times. I remember when I was going to my first World Championships with my first team, the butterflies were a lot different than they are this time. The experience of being able to take multiple athletes to these championships has given me the knowledge to be able to help them to go through each of the steps. And really, as long as I can make them feel that this is just another competition, it just happens to be at a different pool, then the nerves start to kind of go down a bit, and then it's about just swimming your race as fast as you can, and the rest of it will take care of itself.
All right, well, good luck, and we'll be looking forward to this long trip to Korea.
Yes, thank you.
Elin Daly, your first major international event. How do you feel going into it now? You have a long flight ahead of you. You've got so many things going through your mind. What are you hoping to accomplish over in Korea?
I'm really excited about the meet, and I'm just hoping for best times in both the events that I'm racing.
Over in Canada, you tend to do a lot of meets, and you seem to impress yourself over and over and over. How does that set you up for something of this nature coming up?
Well, I'd like to impress myself even more than usual, and drop a lot, and maybe get one of my swim team records.
When you look at how you've progressed over the years, a lot of age group records, and are you surprising yourself with swims when you touch the wall, you look up at the time and you see it and you say, oh wow, I've done it again?
Sometimes, not as much lately, but yeah, most of the time I'm pretty happy with what I've accomplished.
Are you still enjoying swimming? Or sometimes a lot of people get to a point where they don't enjoy it anymore. Are you still in love with the sport of swimming?
Yeah, I love it. I love it so much. I do it all the time. Yeah, it's awesome.
Tell us a little bit about that experience at CCCAM, because you really done well. You stood out, and I see the smile now because you really done a good job.
Well, CCCAN wasn't really my best meet because I was just coming off of an injury. So I broke my finger a few weeks before it, and I didn't have that much time to train. I had 2 weeks, a week and a half to train, but right before the meet. So I definitely could have done better if it weren't for that, but it was a really good meet otherwise.
You could have done better, and you done well, so how do you explain that?
I could have done even better, like more best times, like maybe a few more records, because I got the 200 IM record, which I was pretty happy about. And yeah,
All right, well, good luck, and we'll see you on the return.
thank you so much.
Jesse Washington off to Korea for the World Championships. It's another special moment for you, another stepping stone in your career. But take us through the CC Can and how that sets you up for what's to come in Korea.
Okay, so through CC Can, Ben and I established that I would be training during warm-up sessions instead of, just focusing on the meet and swimming fast as I usually would if I didn't have another focus meet throughout the summer. So I wasn't rested for CC Can. I was pretty tired. We did some pretty hard sessions, but we also focused on getting a race strategy down to use in Korea. So I'm excited to get out there and implement the strategy.
It's an opportunity for you to rub shoulders with people that you look at all the time and name familiar names. So how are you hoping to impress them and introduce them to the real Jesse Washington?
How am I hoping to? Well, I'm just hoping to go out there and perform at my best. I want to get personal best times in the 100 free and the 100 fly, get the national record in the 100 fly, and just improve.
And then you finish that and you head into Peru to the Pan Am Games. So how does making sure that you remain in shape and in the right frame of mind to do back-to-back competition with such long flights in between?
Well, that's going to be really tough. I think we have 4 days here between Korea and Peru, and so I'm going to be using that time to get back onto Bermuda's time zone, resting and then training throughout the cup match holiday, which will be tough. I'll miss out on the social events, but it's worth my high performance in Peru.
All right, well, good luck over in Korea, and we look forward to you accomplishing your goals of setting out of the national records.
Thank you very much.